So now, you have to infuse this factor, but are there cases where you can actually stimulate the body to maybe produce more factor that is needed instead of putting something, foreign from outside?
Well, hemophilia is, the summary of it is that it's either reduced or absent. There's nothing in particular that's going to regenerate the
so you don't have
protein.
it, you don't have it.
Yes, you
concerning
don't have
the
it.
factor.
But trials are ongoing to substitute the defective gene.
Okay. This gene...
gene therapy.
That's what they call it, gene therapy. It sounds so simple. Where they put the defect. Does it have anything to do with stem cell therapy?
No, it's not stem cell transplant. It's just you're replacing a defective gene.
Right now, studies are on for that.
Right now, trials
but
are
nobody
ongoing.
has had the thing done.
No.
Okay, how about
included.
This thing they do for people with sickle cell anemia, where they have genetic counseling? It's possible then to know that somebody is a hemophiliac or is living with hemophilia. Is there a way of counseling people in such a way that when they get married and eventually have children, their children don't get hemophilia, so that at some point the line of inheritance is stopped? In other words, at the end of the day, I'm asking, can we get rid of it?
Sure, it's not that simple. Genetic testing can be done for patients with hemophilia, but generally it's advised to do it for people with suspected carrier states, so they are aware, especially like sisters to people with hemophilia. You want to know, is this person a carrier? Is she at risk of passing on this defective gene to her unborn child and all of that, so that they're prepared for whatever is going on.
And in this case, she doesn't need her husband's help to pass it on to her child.
Exactly.
It's not like sickle cell anemia where it's a combination of both parents. Yeah. It's just mother to child and you've got it.
Yes, but there's a 50% chance of giving either the good X or the defective X.
Okay, that's where the trick is. And there's no way you can manipulate that, can you?
Well, I'm sure there will be ethical issues concerning that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, Prosper. You're the president of the Southwest Zone, of the Haemophilia Federation of Nigeria. Do you have support? Because I'm looking at your theme for this year. Sharing knowledge makes us stronger. Yes, what's so important about sharing knowledge? Is it that some of them don't really understand their disease? Explain to me.
Yeah, the hemophilia disease in Nigeria has a very low awareness. In fact, more than 90% of our population of the Nigeria know nothing about hemophilia. So the sharing knowledge is an avenue to tell the world that we exist. It's an avenue to create awareness. It's an avenue to tell the world what our problem is and to get support from the world. Is to share knowledge, is to help hemophilia live a healthier life, live a longer life, and educate them, train them for a better quality of life.
Okay, so if I were to ask you, what would you like people to know about you, your own life? For example, do you live alone? Have you lived alone?
Yes, please.
And you were able to handle the challenges?
Yes, please. I was able to.
What you described to me, spontaneous bleeding?
Yes, please.
How do you handle that?
Well, although I had some issues, some challenges then, because when I was diagnosed, I was almost 23 years. Okay. When I was diagnosed as an hemophilia. Before then, I usually go to the hospital to get support from doctors, from the clinic. I use painkiller. And the most important thing with hemophilia, if you have hemophilia, is determination, to succeed. You can decide not to. You can use hemophilia as an excuse to put yourself down, but it depends on. Everything is about determination. You can decide to succeed with.
I'm aware that you are married.
Yes, please.
And you have a child.
Yes, please.
Daughter, son?
I have a daughter.
Okay, so she is not likely to have hemophilia because she's a girl, right?
Yeah, but there's a possibility of being a carrier.
Have you checked?
Not at all.
Okay, but you haven't noticed anything. For girls, is it milder if they do end up getting the hemophilia?
Well, it's not about being a boy or a girl at that point. It's just about having the defective gene. And like I said earlier, certain factors come together to determine, okay, yeah, your laboratory feature shows you're severe. But sometimes the severe cases might not bleed as much as you would expect based on their lab results.
But more often than not, the girl would now depend on the non-defective gene. Yeah. So she wouldn't show up those symptoms. We'll go on a short break and come back for the rest. Please stay with us. Right after the break, we continue, and then you can get your calls in.